but I don't know if it was in focus, so I wanted you to try it on your own. Probably the trickiest part is the expected value, and there was 140 births. So if they were evenly distributed over 7 days, does it make sense the expected value for each day is 20? So that's how it works on that. Did she got it? Okay. All right. Allie, we have advanced to using chi-squared now to look at two categories at once. So I'm going to teach it by example. And we are in a wine store, can't you see? And the wine store has these three kinds of wines. It has French wine, Italian wine, and other wine. So, Caleb, can you stop that, please? French wine, Italian wine, and other kinds of wines. So, in fact, in the store sold today, there were 99 French wines sold, 31 Italian wines, and 113 other wines. Guys, that's right. So, 99, 31, and 113. Now, these were divided up by, in this chart, by what music was playing while they were being sold. So, when no music was played, 30 bottles of French wine, 11 Italian, and 43 others, and so forth. So can you look at this chart, Caleb, and tell me about how many bottles of wine were sold today, and what kind when Italian music was playing? Can you tell me the distribution? How about just read the chart and tell me what numbers?
Wait, okay. Oh, this is like background chart things?
Yeah.
So you're asking, could you repeat what it was?
I just said, we're in the wine store, Italian music is playing, so you tell me what kinds of wines are sold. I'm just asking you to interpret the chart.
Okay.
Right, in total 84. Alright, Bailey, you tell me the same thing. Yeah, we'll get to that, I promise. We'll get to the refreshments, I promise. Alright, Bailey, tell me what's happening when no music is being played today. What wines were sold with no music?
French was 30, Italian was 11, other was 40.
Okay, and Julia, you tell me what was sold when French music was playing?
39 French ones, 1 Italian ones, and 35
Right,
other ones.
exactly. Alright. So we're going to take this information and start. All I want you to do today is figure out the expected values. Because the chi-squared is still going to be observed minus expected squared divided by expected. So all I'm going to teach you right now is to find the expected values. Alright, so if you would, next to or above the chart, I guess next to, draw a blank chart, and we're going to put in the expected values. So we're going to need to know none, we don't need the totals, French and Italian. This is music. And we're going to need French, Italian, and others. This is wine.
Expected?
So these are all expected values. One for each. So I'm going to put a little circle, and each one of these is going to be my expected values. So draw a chart like this and call it expected values. If I can teach that today, I'll be happy. We won't get to chi-squared till Monday, but let's at least get the expected values. We can do that in 5 minutes. So draw a version of this chart. You don't need the totals, but you need 9 expected values.
9 expected values. What? Where do we get the values from?
Yeah, you don't know yet.
Music?
Alright, you ready to learn? Have you got your chart ready? Elena, do you have something like this ready? Put in your expected values? Alright, let's start with no music and French. So what would be the expected value? Well, it turns out, when you look at this chart, how many French bottles of wine were sold today?
99.
99. And how many bottles total were sold?
200.
All right, so if there was no influence by the music, then we're going to make a proportion of that. 99, so for this one, I'm going to do 99 out of 243 times. Yeah, so that is the proportion of French. You agree? The proportion of French. These are French bottles. This is the total. So that's proportion. I'm going to multiply it by some other number up here to get the expected value for French bottles with no music. Any guesses on what number? Pardon?
30.
No.
30.
Because
84.
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Second guess.
All right, so the reason is we expect the proportion of bottles of wine that were French to be proportional to how many bottles of wine were sold with no music. So we're going to take that proportion, and if you don't understand that, they said a neat thing in the book. They say take this number and look, it involves this total, and this total. And it always works. It's always the number over this number times this number. So it's always the totals. So 99 over 243 is a proportion of French bottles that were sold. So there were 84 that were none. If music had nothing to do with it, we should have the same proportion. So we're going to take 99 over 243 times 84, and that gives me 34.2. All right, so I'm going to go over to French. And so I see that there were 99 out of 243, but I'm going to multiply this time by the total of French, 75. Those because they're kind of bleeding over my circles, but I can help you get any number that you don't know how to get. You're doing Italian wine and French music. It's going to be 31 over 243 times 75. So it's always the totals. As you get your numbers, check them against mine. If you see that you're getting them right, you can go ahead and borrow from mine so that you have all of them down. All right, I don't know if they show up very well. Allie, let me see. I think they come up pretty good. That one is 9.57. The points kind of disappeared. And those are the expected values, and that's all we're doing today. Of course, we're going to use that in our chi-squared equation come Monday, where we'll actually figure out chi-squared. Alright, no homework except those problems that I asked you to work on from chapter 10, if you have a chance. Over and out.